PSG versus Chelsea. I do believe this is going to be a huge final between both clubs. And I understand what PSG have been doing this entire season, not just in the Club World Cup, but obviously Champions League as well. They've been dominant scoring goals, just knocked out Real Madrid 4-0. They obviously beat Inter Milan with the scoreline and even knocked out Bayern Munich. So they have been on a tear. But I do believe Chelsea can go pound to pound with PSG. Now, I may be a deluded fan here just for the most part, but when you look at both teams, and we're going to look at this in just a second, they are pretty similar. Now, granted, I understand PSG have gone on and won a bigger trophy, but obviously Chelsea, to make the final, have the confidence that anything can happen in a final. There can be a red card, there can be a quick goal, there can be an injury. Any of these small little things can happen throughout the final, and therefore, again, can dictate how the game actually gets played. But like I said, when we look at the starting 11 on both sides, and I understand PSG will be missing a few players due to red cards in the Bayern Munich game, but when you look at certain players like the left back, Cucurella, Nunes, both these players look very similar in the play style that they actually do. And then we look at the right side, Hakimi and Reece James, very similar as well, able to push up and be very creative and also score goals. We look at our midfield. Yes, I understand PSG have probably the three best midfielders right now combined together. I'm not going to say each one by themselves is the best midfielder, but them together, they are ridiculous pairing of three. But even Chelsea, when you look at the double pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, they are really good. And I'm going to say Caicedo could easily dictate and dominate this midfield in this match. And if he does that, and if he's fully fit and can play the full 90, I do believe Chelsea have a very good chance of actually winning this game. And even on top of that, if Lavia is fully fit and we throw him into the midfield, those three players can definitely go head to head with PSG. And like I said, I'm not fully sure on the injury report for both those players, because if they are hurt, that's going to be a huge issue for Chelsea to try to win in the midfield. Yes, I understand we have Santos, but it's not the same as Cancelo. Let's be real here. But like I said, if you even look at our wingers too, Neto, again, I think he's very similar. We look at Palmer, Dembele, all these guys are very, very close in similarities. Now, again, I would say there are slight differences throughout this entire team, the way they ebb and flow, but we've seen now Chelsea be very dominant throughout this Club World Cup. Yes, they lost one match to Flamengo, but we also seen PSG lose one match to Botafogo. So both teams understand what it takes to get to the final, and like I just said earlier, anything can happen in this final, and I do believe Chelsea have the capabilities and the flexibility to win this game. Where PSG, obviously, they are very creative. They're heavy flowing back and forth. They can do a lot as well when they have the ball, and they can hit quick counterattacks. We definitely saw this in the Real Madrid game. Real Madrid played a very high line, which obviously did not work for them, and by the time the game was really gone, they tried changing it up, but it was already too late. I do believe Chelsea can sit back if they need to at times, but they can also spring forward and attack very well. Their counterattacking is phenomenal, especially with all our attacking players that we have. The pace that these players have, the creativity, and how lethal they've been in front of the goal as of lately, which again is something we love to see. It's taken some time through the years, but we finally found some players. João Pedro, I would say Liam Delap, even Neto, who's been arguably the best player in this tournament. I do believe, again, all these players are just high on confidence right now. And like I said, they've won a trophy now, so they understand what it takes to win a final. Again, I understand it's a Conference League final, but still, it is a trophy. It's a final. They've now gone over that hump and understand what they need to do now. And like I said, because of that, they can go into this match and understand what needs to be done tactic-wise from Enzo Maresca, but also what's expected from them to understand how to defend and beat PSG. Now, like I said, anything can easily happen in this match, but I do believe when we're looking at this, I think Chelsea has a really good chance, even though people are going to write Chelsea off because PSG, obviously, like I just said earlier, knocked out Real Madrid, knocked out Bayern Munich, beat Inter Milan in the European Champions League. But like I said, this is a whole different atmosphere. They're playing in New York. They're playing where the heat's ridiculous. Some players might be fatigued. It has been a long season for both teams, and anything can happen. A slip, which we saw happen in the Real Madrid game, or just miscommunication, an injury, a foul, anything along those lines that can really dictate how this game gets played. And once Chelsea do take command and start scoring and winning, this game could really go in any direction, because PSG aren't used to coming back and trying to win the game, because if Chelsea can score early, they can then play different tactics how they want to, and then they can start springing more counterattacks, which, like I said, might be difficult for PSG. Now, granted, if PSG score, they can do the same thing, but I do understand that they really just keep their foot on the gas pedal the entire match, and I think they'll do that this match as well. I understand that that's one of the styles Enrique likes to play, but even so, I think Chelsea can defend against this team, and I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout. I do think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a 2-1 or a 3-2. I think one goal is going to decide the factor of this, but I think it's going to almost ping pong back and forth for almost 90 minutes, and it's going to be a very entertaining final, but I do believe Chelsea will win this match. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Comment down below who you think will win this match. If you did like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.